we discussed about the enterprise social networking part. So basically, it's a platform where, with the help of the technology or with the help of this platform, the people come together, maybe in groups, maybe individuals, the employees or the business suppliers, the stakeholders. So they come together, they discuss the issues, the problems, the meetings are conducted. So together they conduct the meetings, they go for the recruitments, they go for sharing of the experiences, or maybe changing the policies. So any type of communication is done through this, with the help of this social networking. Now also we discussed about the limitations, that is the employees training is very important. The sharing of information again leads to the loss of control here. The issues of privacy and security is a problem, and as ultimately, though we connect through the technology, that is the internet or through e-platforms, but ultimately at the end, the receivers, they are the people. That is the human factor. That's why many a times these behavioral issues may manipulate the things also. So these are some of the limitations, and we had stopped here. Now we will move ahead today with the next part, that is the benefits and limitations here of social commerce. Now here, when we take into consideration the benefits part of social commerce, now social commerce is a process of transacting, or you can say the selling and purchasing of goods or offerings or services with the help of these social media platforms. That is what is social commerce. Commerce is about. That is, it uses various platforms or social media platforms, to be more precise, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which are becoming one of the popular means to reach to the masses or the customers. Now for this, the owner does not require the manufacturer, the company. There is no need for them to have their own website. Okay, they can just go for collaboration with these social media websites. Now it's a give and take between these social media websites and those companies. Now, where to place the products, how to enter, it depends upon the negotiation between the two parties, that is the social media websites and the companies or the organizations, how they come in terms with reference to negotiation part. Okay, maybe they might enter a contract, or they may go for negotiations. Now here, the first and foremost thing is the benefit which they get is, it is a customer oriented. That is, the social commerce is a customer oriented platform, because it limits as far as the products or services are considered. It only showcases those products or services which the customers needs, which the customers are looking for. So it helps in targeting the masses or targeting the customers, which is one of the very important aspects of business. Through traditional means, through advertising, through traditional means, okay, we focus the entire masses. We cannot just segregate the segments here. Maybe if you go for print media, maybe if you go for advertising, everybody is watching the ads if you go through the print media, those who is reading the newspaper, okay, they are the viewers, not necessarily they are the target group of customers. But that is not in this case, because maybe the customer has typed the words what the customer is looking for, and that's why here the owner of the company, they get the target customers into their basket. It's a direct buying most of the time. That is, in social commerce, the buyer can directly buy the products through the social websites without going on or shifting to some other website. So it's hassle free from the buyer's point of view. There is no need to toggle from one website to the other website. Now here, it helps the startup ventures, or we can say small scale industries or small businesses, where they have the limitation as far as the promotional part is considered. It is less costly, it's inexpensive mode to reach the end customers. So social commerce helps these small businesses to reach to the masses, where they directly hit the target customers. Here, no extra cost is included apart from the negotiations with the social media partners. Here, whatever money they had to give it to them, that is only there. There is no commissions to be passed on to the intermediaries, which in case of traditional mode of channels, where most of the money is invested in pushing the offering through these intermediaries, giving them the commissions or the retail margins. That is not the case here. It also increases the engagement of the customers. So it gives extra, it goes extra mile ahead, wherein it thinks of engaging the customer. Maybe here the company can think of having a video or the visualization of the offerings. You might have come across that when the window pops up for an offering, when you click it, you can actually visualize, you can see the colors. So how it will look, you get a glance of it. So here the possibility of customer being engaged is more, because here the directly the customer is in contact with the company or the product, okay, which is a reflection of the company or the organization. Also, the social commerce, it provides a marketplace and branding to local brands also, especially for local brands. It becomes much more easy, as through social media the things get popularized very easily. The people talk more, they share their views, they share their opinions. So everybody comes to know about the satisfaction or the feedback of a person, those who have used that offering or maybe consumed that offering or rendered the services in case of services. So it helps in branding of that offering. There is no need for the company to go for extra efforts. If a single customer is satisfied with the offering, if he gets a better service, good quality service, especially if you consider in terms of tours and travel operators, or a service industry like maybe a restaurant, maybe in case of catering business, maybe any insurance advisor. Okay, so here you will find that slowly and steadily, with the word of mouth publicity, with the sharing of positivity with reference to that offering, when we share some positive thoughts or positive feelings about a particular offering, indirectly we are reflecting the name of the company. So here brand building or building relationships takes place step by step through the social commerce. Here, one more thing is that there are more options available. More options are handy through the social commerce. Now, this is from the customer's point of view, that there are a variety of offerings which are available through these platforms, where the customer can has his say. The customer can compare, the customer can take help of his friends, relatives, peer group to decide, to reach to the end part of the decision making, which is most of the time it is confusing. Here even the experts, they give the advice. Now here, if you take the other part, then it is the social media. Usually it is used to connect the friends, family, or with reference to social issues. So the people basically look for connectivity. Now here, it's a challenge for the marketers how they attract the customers to enter into their website through the social media networking. This social media networking is still in the developing stage or the introduction stage. It has a lot more to develop, to penetrate. Now here, first and foremost thing is the reach. Basically, those who are very well versed with the internet, or those who browse the website, social networking websites, they are only the target customers. That is one of the limitation. Many of the people still feel that it's not the, that is what I say, authenticity. If these websites, social networking websites, are not that reliable or not authentic, okay, that is the perception of many of the customers. They also have a threat of breach as far as their privacy is considered. So even that is one of the limitation. Again, entering the rural market, okay, is a problem. No doubt, slowly and steadily it is penetrating, but this reach is not up to the mark yet. And that's why we say it's in the developing phase or just in the introduction phase. Again, there is a question as far as gaining the trust is considered. Trust of the customers at a single head or a single go. When the customer goes for repeat purchase, then we can say that the customer has built the trustworthiness. Now, the examples are like Facebook, which has started its own social commerce platforms. It is providing big platforms to the startups or new ventures. Instagram helps in sharing the photos or the videos through the website, which is becoming more popular due to its videos. Again, Pinterest is the social photo sharing websites where it has the features. It can sell the products where users can buy directly through the websites. Now here, for building brands, or also this social commerce is much more easier, because with the low cost, one can think of penetrating into the market at a single go. It can reach the masses. It builds the relationship with the customers. And from the customer's point of view, since there are opinion seekers, okay, people usually, they are opinion seekers. Most of them, don't want to be the pioneers. There are very few people who like to try out the product first. Okay, otherwise, if you see, there are masses who will just wait for the reviews and ratings and then go ahead with the buying pattern or buying behavior, buying decisions. So first they will wait, they will take the experience of the others and then only move ahead. Now here for developing the brands, the sellers, they might lose the control as far as the content is considered here. Now, since when a customer checks out maybe on Instagram or any other social networking website, their information is being recorded by that platform and not by the retailers themselves. So it becomes difficult for the sellers to know about their customers, who exactly are their customers. Okay, though they have their protocols that they should have the registered email ID, phone number, everything is there, but still it goes out of control many a times from the company's point of view. Now, this is about the social commerce, the pros and cons of it. Now, any doubts here? Whether social networking, okay, is it good for the marketers? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that this is one of the nice options or one of the options in this competitive era where it can move ahead? Yes? Hello? I asked, what is your opinion as far as companies are considered? Suppose it's a small scale company, it's a startup company, whether it should go for such type of channel distribution. As we have seen the pros and cons of both of them, what is your opinion? Okay, we move ahead with the enterprise 2.0. Maybe you have not understood the question, or maybe I don't know what's the reason. Now let's move ahead with this enterprise 2.0, what exactly it is. Now here, if we take this into consideration, what exactly is enterprise 2.0? Here, the firms, they think of having the collaboration, they think of having the association, or we can say the integration of intranet, extranet, and the business processes. Now here, if you think of intranet, okay, intranet, which is a computer network which the company uses within the organization for sharing information, for easier communication, or maybe collaborative tools are used, the operational systems are used within the firm, within the organization, within the company. Now, many of the companies, they do have their own private networks or links to connect all the employees together. There are groups which get connected through this private network of that organization for the internal purpose. Now, many a times we see that there is a central repository which has a pool of data, which collects and stores a large pool of data which can be accessed by any of the employees whenever they need. So ultimately, it's a, you can say, centralized data information package collected, and anybody can access it when they require the information, so that there is no need for asking anybody, or waiting time is less here in this case. No need, there is no need to take the permissions, there is no need to some extent, unless and until the information is confidential. So easily the information could be shared among the employees. The employees can also think of having the personalized data stored with reference to their roles, whatever are the roles they perform in the organization, in that company. They can think of having their personalized data for their reference, or maybe for others' reference also. If we take into consideration the project management, in case of project management, this.
So, ma'am,
Yes.
is it considered as a use of technology to grow our business, right?
Yes, of course, it is the use of technology. Now, here when we say the multinational corporations are there, or if you take companies like TCS, if you take Infosys, any of the Wipro, the IT companies, okay, and there are the project managers, some of them they are abroad, some of them they are work from home today, if you see in this pandemic situation, isn't it? So how they are working? So somebody is there who has the centralized key, and from there the data is shared. This ultimately helps in automation, which saves the time, and the dependency basically is curved out with such collaborative efforts. So this is what we say, it's a then if we think about the central extranet, okay, just I'm checking the slide. So here, if we think that extranet, then it's a private network that an enterprise undertakes to connect with its suppliers or vendors or partners. That is, these are the external part of the ecosystem of a business. That means that those who are the suppliers, those who are the vendors, okay, or the valued customers. So here one can think of having a common thread or integrated approach. give me a minute. So here the data is also accessible for these vendors or for the suppliers. Now here there may be certain restrictions or limitations. Okay.
Recording in progress. In progress. In progress. In progress. In progress. In progress.
Okay. Now so here we have the extranet, wherein we have the suppliers, maybe the backend suppliers or the forward linkages like your dealers, retailers, customers, the merchants, the agents. Many a times there are intermediaries also, or maybe you can say carrying and forwarding agents. Okay. So here these partners, they can access the data or they can communicate with the organization through the use of the software. That is what is the extranet. So here when a business collaborates with the help of the tools, technology is involved through an intranet and an extranet with business processes. Yeah, even I tried, the PPT is not visible here. Let me see on my PC also. I don't know what is the problem today. Okay, so here the data is accessible or available to these members anytime. Okay, where a large pool of data can be exchanged through electronic data interchange, EDI. They share the product catalogs. If it is B2B business, one can think of having the catalog which shows the product, the offerings, as well as the pricing with the trade partners. Many of the companies, they have the collaborations as far as the research and development is considered. For them also, this becomes a joint venture. Many training programs, they are organized through the joint ventures, through the collaborations. For this is also, this extranet is useful. So when the routine day-to-day activities are when the routine activities or the business processes takes place, we say it's through enterprise 2.0. Okay, now here they generally use the combination of social media and the software it's a collaboration. Maybe you can say through blogs, through social networking websites, where they connect the businesses, the partners, the people. Now here it helps in sharing. The basic purpose is sharing of the information. Now it improves the communication here. Basically it increase the, because of the increase in the communication or effective communication, one can think of having the ease of collaboration with the business partners. If you see the advantages of this, then the efficiency or the productivity goes up through the improvements in innovation. One can think of encouraging the employees as well as the other stakeholders, where easily they can share the information. Suppose you are going for a bidding in case of B2B business. In case of B2B business, okay, if you go for sharing of data, then they have the potential to provide knowledge, the content, the access, the information in a very cheap and easy mode. It helps to build the networks, basically. So we say that uh, it helps in conversing with these partners, with the stakeholders. They manage the knowledge inside and outside the organization through the social networking, maybe through tagging, maybe through rating systems. We do have the rating systems also. So here they bridge the gap or link between the software tools, which is has the ability to get the parties involved. So we can say it has the participation and control of the other stakeholders also. So they work together, they share the information, create networks. Many a times customers do have some issues where they solve the issues through this social networking or networking with the companies. Now if we take an example in today's era of the customer care, okay, so here if we as a customer has, we have any issue, we directly speak with the customer care and get the things sorted within fraction of seconds. Okay, most of the time we rate it also. So the immediate and spontaneous feedback or response we seek. It empowers the to build the virtual businesses also. Now here if you see LinkedIn for example is very much famous, okay, which goes for the inviting the individuals to join. Here one can think of having the trustworthiness because there are the references, or we can say referrals. For example, if you have a paid up, which is a social networking tool, where salespeople could find out which clients are attending the same conference. Now here, first and foremost thing is communication, which opens up the avenues to communicate with the people, with the vendors, with the suppliers, with the agents, with the customers. Very easily it is accessible. Here within less time frame, one can reach the end users. Most of the time, no experts are needed as these tools are much more easier. Here the limitation is as far as the security is considered, and that's why they go for the referrals, one can say. So much of this technology, when we think of having the social networking website, it happens outside the enterprise. So more control is given to others rather than the companies. And that's why many a times you see that they need the details of the clients or the customers to get into the touch. The companies are adopting collaborative approach through software platforms, which enables the employees to generate more and better outputs here. So hello. So here one can think of increasing the efficiency of the business with the help of these collaborative approaches. So any doubts as far as this enterprise 2.0 is considered? Today many of the organizations, they are forming the groups, okay, through the social media networking websites, which has proven to be much more beneficial. Now here maybe I am a customer of one organization, and I would like to just hop in or move on to other person's website, I mean linked website, okay, here with the linked businesses. So with this collaborative approach, it becomes much more easier, it becomes much more simpler here to move ahead. So this was about the enterprise 2.0. Now today, if we see that many of the enterprises which are into B2B, if you take the example of the construction industries, okay, if you take the example of organic products, if you take the pharmaceuticals equipments, okay, here you will find many of them, they are using this style. Not only there, but in the services sector also, you will find that they are using a common pool of software which can be linked to other business partners. Also, maybe two partners, okay, mutually agree, they come together, they may have linkages with reference to same businesses or maybe linked businesses, where they both of them, like you can take an example of tour and travel operators, okay, where one can think of the travel also, like you can take an example of a make my trip sort of thing, where they come together and have a collaborative approach where both of the partners and the customers get benefited, as they are sharing a common platform where the customer gets acquainted to more than one services. So here, as far as time is considered, time is saved. On the monetary grounds, even these options are more cheaper as compared to the traditional ones. So here, this is about the enterprise 2.0 or the collaborative approach. Now, any doubts? Anybody wants to share anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then today I will stop here. In the next session, we will start with the social collaboration.